Pennsylvania's heartland, where the true silver fight to the national stage. We're shining the light. Electoral integrity's under fire, it seems, but we won't give up on the American dream. The judiciary stands, holding liberty's key, protecting our rights in this land of the free. Let's turn up the groove, the call to action is clear. For the Constitution's pulse, we're all standing here. Dance to the rhythm of liberty's song. We've got the power and we're moving along. Go-Right News keeps the beat alive. We're constitutionalists, for America we thrive. Controlling information, they're trying to play, but we see through the noise, we got something to say. The sanctity of the republic's in our hands. With justice and law, we'll take a stand. This isn't just news, it's a mission to start a groove in your soul and a beat in your heart. Together we rise, constitutionalists unite. We're fighting for truth through day and night. Feel the funk of freedom, let it ignite. Standing tall for justice, we'll keep up the fight. Go-Right News spreads the truth, it's the sign. With America's heartbeat we'll shine. Battles fought to victories earned. The lessons of liberty are lessons learned. It's a continuous fight, and we're holding the line for a republic of laws. Let freedom shine. Yeah, yeah. The Constitution's alive, it's in our hands. Dancing to justice with our freedom band. The people are the power, the truth is the way. Let's groove to tomorrow, start it today. Move to the rhythm of our constitutional sound. Liberty and justice spinning round and round. Go-Right News is the groove we share. With constitutionalists, for America we care. What's true? America's song is waiting for you. In the groove of justice, let freedom reign. Together we'll rise again and again.
Hey girl, what you doing? Oh, I'm not that busy. I'm helping Joe Biden hide all his documents. I ain't got nothing else to do, and I'm about waiting on Peter Boykin's Go-Right News to come on. But I can talk.
Welcome to hashtag Go-Right with Peter Boykin, where we champion the principles of our constitutional republic, advocating for liberty and constitutional integrity. Before we dive into our main stories, let's touch on some recent political intrigue. Picture this, you're at a family dinner, and the talk turns to politics. The question posed is, which Trump pick are you most excited about? Amidst the chatter, a shadow falls over the event. Former Vice President Mike Pence has urged Senate Republicans to reject Donald Trump's nomination of RFK Jr. for U.S. Health Secretary. Top of that, igniting debates on political loyalty versus policy direction. Meanwhile, House Speaker Mike Johnson has taken a stance against releasing an ethics report on Representative Matt Gaetz, who has transitioned from Congress to serve in Trump's administration, highlighting the complexities of political maneuvering in our republic. We'll be right back. Remember, we fight for what's right because it's time to go right.
Time to go right. Time to go right. Time to go right.
In the spirit of a constitutional republic where every vote should count, we're witnessing an alarming scenario in Pennsylvania. Dave McCormick, the Republican challenger, secured a victory over incumbent Senator Bob Casey with a slim margin of about 18,000 votes, out of nearly 7 million cast. However, this victory is now under threat due to the actions by Democrat officials in key counties. There has been a recount. An automatic recount was triggered as the margin was less than 0.5% of total votes. But there's illegal ballot counting going on. In defiance of a Pennsylvania Supreme Court ruling, Democrats in Montgomery, Philadelphia, and Bucks counties have decided to count provisional ballots lacking necessary validations like signatures or proper registration. Now, here's my opinion. This move, as Bucks County Commissioner Diane Ellis Marcellinia, I'm sure I'm pronouncing it wrong, but hey, I don't get paid to pronounce names right, candidly admitted, quote, violates laws anytime they want, suggests a blatant disregard for legal voting processes. It's a stark reminder of the lengths some will go to manipulate electoral outcomes, undermining the integrity of our elections. I mean, there's many points of failures in our elections. Now, the Republicans have a response. The RNC and Pennsylvania GOP are not standing idly by. They are challenging these actions in court, with Laura Trump expressing strong opposition on X, stating it's a blatant violation of the law. Now, there's a call of action. This situation isn't just about Pennsylvania. It's about the sanctity of our electoral process in a constitutional republic.
We reject all three categories of these ballots.
Your motion is to reject or dismiss the challenges in this category in front of you?
Correct, yep.
I'm not going to second that, mostly because I think we all know that precedent by a court doesn't matter anymore in this country, and people violate laws anytime they want. So for me, if I violate this law, it's because I want a court to pay attention to it.
Not only is it going on in Pennsylvania, in North Carolina, there is a Supreme Court recount. The North Carolina Supreme Court race between Jefferson Griffin, a Republican, and Allison Riggs, a Democrat, has been seen dramatic shifts. Initially leading by over 7,000 votes, Griffin's lead evaporated, leaving Riggs ahead by just 24 votes, a margin that continues to grow. Now, here's an opinion. This recount is more about just numbers. It's about the ideological balance of our state's highest court, crucial in a time when conservative judicial philosophy stands as a bulwark against progressive overreach. I'm just trying to figure out, how does it go from 7,000 to, I don't know. We'll be right back, and we're going to go over a new segment of our podcast. We'll be right back.
From Pennsylvania's heartland, where the truth's in the fight, to the national stage, we're shining in the light. Electoral integrity's under fire, it seems, but we won't give up on the American dream. Boom, dream. Yeah, yeah. Judiciary stands, holding liberty's key, protecting our rights in this land of the free. Let's turn up the groove, the call to action is clear. For the Constitution's pulse, we're all standing here. Rose to issue the rhythm of liberty's song. We've got the power and we're moving along. Go right news keeps the beat alive with Constitution constitutionalists. For America we thrive. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Control information, they're trying to play, but we see through the noise. We've got something to say. The sanctity of the republic's in our hands. With justice and law we'll take a stand. This isn't just news, it's a mission to start. A groove in your soul and a beating in your heart. Together we rise, constitutionalists unite. We're fighting for truth through day and night. Ooh, feel the funk of freedom, let it ignite. Standing tall for justice, we'll keep up the fight. Go right news spreads the truth, it's the sign. With America's heartbeat will shine. Yeah, yeah. From legal battles fought to victories earned, the lessons of liberty are lessons learned. It's a continuous fight, and we're holding the line for a republic of laws. Let freedom shine. Yeah, yeah. The Constitution's alive, it's in our hands. Dancing to justice with our freedom band. The people are the power, the truth is the way. Let's groove to tomorrow, starting today. Move to the rhythm of our constitutional sound. Liberty and justice, spinning round and round. Go right news is the groove we share. With constitutionalists for America we can. Yeah, yeah. Song is waiting for you. In the groove of justice, let freedom reign. Together we'll rise again and again. Keep the beat alive, stand for what's true. America's song is waiting for you. In the groove of justice, let freedom reign. Together we'll rise again, again.
Welcome back. Let's go over the legal and political shenanigans. The narrative continues with various instances of legal and political maneuvers that reflect the current climate. Now, usually during the podcast, I like to put in between different videos of what's been going on. So this might be something we do today or maybe tomorrow or a little bit more. I've decided there's a lot of good videos out there. And so I want to break them down in this segment of this podcast and hope you enjoy. When it comes to the Lincoln Riley case, a grim reminder of the justice system's problems where the punishment might not match the crime, especially when it involves illegal immigrants. Everyone needs to hear the prosecutor's opening statement in the trial against the illegal alien who brutally murdered Lincoln Riley. Jail is not justice enough for this demon.
On February 22nd, Jose Ibarra put on a black hat, a hoodie-style jacket, and some black kitchen-style disposable gloves, and he went hunting for females on the University of Georgia's campus. And in his hunt, he encountered 22-year-old Lincoln Riley on her morning jog. And when Lincoln Riley refused to be his rape victim, he bashed her skull in with a rock repeatedly. That is what this case is all about. The evidence will show that Laken fought. She fought for her life. She fought for her dignity. And in that fight, she caused this defendant to leave forensic evidence behind. She also marked her killer for the entire world to see. The forensic evidence that he left behind in this fight is his DNA, and only his DNA and Laken's, underneath Laken's right fingernails. He also left behind in a struggle with her over her phone, because the court will hear that she called 911. He left behind his left thumbprint on her iPhone, which was found not far from her body at the crime scene. And it is that forensic evidence alone that would give you enough evidence to find him guilty as charged on the counts in this indictment. But the evidence in this case will come in basically three forms. There'll be forensic evidence, there will be digital evidence, and there will be video evidence. And all three forms of those evidence will point to one person, Jose Ibarra, as the killer of Laken Riley.
Jen Psaki's stance on social media. Former White House Press Secretary Jen Psaki's push for new laws to control information flow on social media platforms stirs debate on freedom of speech versus misinformation. Watch as former White House Press Secretary Jen Psaki says laws have to change to control information on social media.
One of the things that's changed even since I got involved in politics is just the rise of the percentage of people who get their information off of platforms that have no fact-checking mechanism and no accountability for having disinformation spread, right? Right. And as you know well, and I mean, when I got started in Democratic politics, you know, most of it was like local TV ads. That was what it was about. Obviously, national TV, local print. Those local TV is held to a higher standard of accountability than social media platforms in terms of having accurate information on their platforms. That is crazy. And so it is, how does it change? How are people held to account? Laws have to change.
Shadow government plot. Congressman Wiley Nichols' discussion on establishing a shadow government underlying fear of political sabotage. I think is that guy in North Carolina? Listen to this Democrat congressman lay out his plan for a, quote, shadow government to undermine Donald Trump.
If Trump attempts to weaponize the justice system against his political opponents with Matt Gaetz at the helm, we could see incoming Senator Adam Schiff as our shadow attorney general, arguing against replacing our independent prosecutors with Trump loyalists. If Trump seeks to eliminate the Department of Education, Congresswoman Johanna Hayes, a former Teacher of the Year, could step up as shadow education secretary to loudly defend public education in the United States. If Trump orders Marco Rubio to hand Ukraine and much of Eastern Europe to Russian President Vladimir Putin, Congressman Greg Meeks, as Shadow Secretary of State, could be a strong voice in support of maintaining international relationships and protecting democracy at home and abroad. Senator Michael Bennet as Shadow Treasury Secretary, and Congresswoman Susan DelBene as Shadow Commerce Secretary could help ensure the middle class and small businesses have a voice in government and call out Trump's proposed tax cuts for billionaires and corporations. As Shadow Defense Secretary, Congressman Adam Smith, a great representative for the people of Washington and not a Fox News host, could counter Trump's threat to use military force against his political opponents and work to ensure that the Department of Defense stays loyal to the Constitution and not some wannabe dictator. And Senator Tammy Duckworth could argue against cuts to the Department of Veterans Affairs that would delay the benefits and care our service members have so rightly earned. If Trump hands over the EPA to big oil ally Lee Zeldin, We could see Congresswoman Kathy Castor pushing back for environmental protection and conservation to protect the air we breathe and the water we drink. And if Trump pushes to ban abortion nationwide, Congresswoman Rosa DeLauro could step in as Shadow Secretary of Health and Human Services to defend women's right to choose and argue against the gutting of Medicare by Trump and his cronies. Mr. Speaker, new times require new solutions. The shadow cabinet isn't just about opposing extreme MAGA attacks on our government. It's also about making clear what we stand for, not just what we're against.
So the hags on The View, the hags, The View's reaction, the visceral reaction on The View to New York Mayor Eric Adams' analysis of why Democrats lost ground in New York illustrates the partisan divide. So the hags on The View look very mad as New York City Mayor Eric Adams explains the real reasons Democrats lost.
Well, okay, first I want to go back to your original comment. I was calling for the dismantling of hate in our country. Our Sikhs who are being attacked, LGBTQ members are being attacked, African Americans, Jews. I say let's dismantle the hate. And what you saw in this city, in this election, where you saw a shift and the city becoming, and the state becoming redder, is because we stopped talking about working class people issues. When mom and pops are afraid, I can't pay my college tuition. The rent is too damn high. Healthcare is too expensive. We stopped talking to everyday New Yorkers and Americans. When I'm in the street talking to them, they're not asking me, Eric, tell me about fascism. They're talking about finance. They're not talking about Hitler. They're talking about housing. We need to talk to everyday working class people. And we stopped doing that. And those are the issues that they are afraid of. They're afraid of the future of their children.
And here's one last video. Biden's placement at APEC, APEC, an image speaking volumes about perceived international standing. It's bad optics as Biden is placed in the back corner of a APC photo by world leaders. America usually is in the front. We're put in the back, the very back. I am so glad when Biden's going to be gone. So these events depict a broader picture of a nation grappling with its identity, the rule of law, and the role of law, and the essence of governance in a republic. We'll be right back with our hashtag #GoRight Recap Remix.
The Constitution's alive, it's in our hands, dancing to justice with our freedom band. The people are the power, the truth is the way. Let's groove to tomorrow, starting today. With constitutionalists for America we care. Move to the rhythm of our constitutional sound. Liberty and justice spinning round and
In this episode, actually, welcome back to hashtag Go Right Recap, the remix. In this episode, we've traversed from the heartland of Pennsylvania, where electoral integrity is under fire, to the national stage where political and legal battles are shaping our discourse. We've seen attempts to undermine election results, discussions on controlling information, and the critical role of our judiciary. And also, folks, you got to see a little bit of opinion videos today. And this isn't just news. It's a call to action for those who value liberty, law, and the sanctity of our constitutional republic. Remember, the fight for those principles is continuous and requires your engagement. That's why 2024 was the most important election in history, and 2026 is the most important, and 2028, and so on and so on. Never give up, never surrender. For more in-depth analysis and to stay updated on these viral and vital issues, visit GoRightNews.com, catch our updates on Rumble, listen to our podcasts on platforms like Spreaker, Spotify, Apple, and Amazon, and follow us on social media. Support our mission by donating via Cash App, and links are available on GoRightNews.com and PeterBoykin.com. Stay informed, stay engaged, and let's keep this Republican on the right path. Remember to go right. God bless everybody. Peace.
It's time to go right. Let the truth ignite. We're bringing the right news into the light. With Peter Boykin at the helm, we're taking a stand. Constitutionalist for America, we protect this land. Welcome to the place where opinions align. With liberty's flame, our voices combine. Citizen journalism, honest and true. Let's go right, it's the podcast for you. Welcome to the place where opinions align. With liberty's flame, our voices combine. Citizen journalism, honest and true. Let's go right, it's the podcast for you. It's time to go right. Let the truth ignite. We're bringing the right news into the light. With Peter Boykin at the helm, we're taking a stand. Constitutionalist for America, we protect this land. Welcome to the place where opinions align. With liberty's flame, our voices combine. Citizen journalism, honest and true. Let's go right, it's the podcast for you. Place where opinions align. With liberty's flame, our voices combine. Citizen journalism, honest and true. Let's go right, it's the podcast for you. Welcome to the place where opinions align. With liberty's flame, our voices combine. Citizen journalism, honest and true. Let's go right, it's the podcast for you. Welcome to the place. Constitutionalists for America we can. To the rhythm of our constitutional sound, liberty and justice spinning round and round. Go writing news is the groove we share with constitutionalists for America